I, as a speaker of English, was going to correct the honourable member and indicate that the Honourable Van Wyk said the report has been made public. She did not mention Parliament. The P word was public. And so I think she misunderstood.
Honourable Speaker.
However, Speaker...
Honourable Speaker.
Yes, Honourable Member.
I think...
Honourable Member, is it on this point or another point? What point are you rising on?
I'm not rising on a point of order, Honourable Speaker, but it deals with this point. In terms of the rules, I would require from the Honourable Minister on this specific point if she's prepared to answer the question.
No, I'm not. You're wasting
Honourable Member, please take your seat.
You're not.
Continue,
Please,
Minister.
take your seat. I'm sure, Speaker, he's not the last of those who stand up, because those who speak the truth are always feared. And here's the truth. Here is the truth. All that this debate has been called for is to allow the loud opposition to attack the African National Congress and the President. They don't want the truth. They will not listen to the truth. They will not allow speakers of the majority party to talk. All they will do while we speak is shout, carp, insult, because they're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of it because it does not suit their intention. They don't even want the public to hear what we are saying. So they'll scream, they'll shout, they have no interest in the truth. And eventually the public will come to know who the opposition is, what they are, and what they are really interested in, and it's definitely not the truth. Everybody knows in this House that the Honourable Manier has been on a fishing expedition since he joined this House. And as the election approaches, he is desperately desperate to catch a big fish before the election, because he has failed to do so up to now. We all know that the Honourable Ligota has been angry since 2007. He did not enjoy the weather in Polokwane, and he spends so much time in court that he has lost touch with reality. He full knows, and in their opposition caucuses, he would have been able to tell his opposition colleagues, since they are now one, led by the DA as he has now accepted, strangely, he would have been able to tell them that Waterkloof is in fact a declared international port of entry. He would have been able to tell them, yes, I told you, honourable members, the minute the truth comes out, they can't take it. He would have been able to tell them that Waterkloof Air Force Base is a strategic military base under the Defence Act. It is not a national key point under the Police Act. But because he spends his time in court and not in caucus educating his opposition friends, he couldn't share those truths with them. We all know that, in fact, this gentleman leads nothing. We know he's not a president. We know he sacks MPs, he readmits MPs, and he just continues to be an angry person. Now, Speaker, Minister Khadebe has provided the House and the public with a report on the findings of the investigation into the landing of a commercial aircraft at a military Air Force base in April this year. It is clear from the report the Minister has provided, as well as the various media statements he has released, that this landing fell outside established norms for the use of Waterkloof Air Force Base. It is clear rules were broken and positions of authority were breached. We will consider the recommendations of the report and the proposed interventions. One of the startling findings of the report is the abuse of position and trust by senior officials in government. All in this House have agreed previously that one of the objectives South Africa should pursue vigorously is creating a capable, developmental-oriented public servant. The National Development Plan suggests that this public servant will be one fully able to execute her job, committed to working in the interest of the people of South Africa, patriotic, ethical, and reflective of the principles and values of our Constitution. A democracy in formation, such as our own, relies heavily on success and support that can result from high-caliber public values of the kind described in the NDP. These would be teachers committed to quality education and youth development, doctors who uphold the full meaning of the Hippocratic Oath, nurses who serve to heal, and local government workers who are honest, hardworking, and results-oriented. These qualities are vital, Speaker, for what we term service delivery, but they're even more critical for advancing and protecting the national interests of our nation in the continental and global spheres. No country can thrive if it has senior public servants ready to sell their country to the highest bidder. This is true whatever the effects of such disloyalty. In this case, our strategic military air base was infringed through misrepresentation and brazen abuse of authority. As Minister Radebe has said, we must be grateful that the majority of our public servants are hard at work doing what should be done. The minority of bad apples should not cause us to tarnish all of them. Our success, Speaker, in the past 19 years has been firmly supported by thousands of good public servants who ensured hundreds of schools are built, millions of homes electrified, millions provided with water services, and many other positive changes. When some public servants behave in an errant fashion, we should not forget these thousands and should not find everyone guilty in our rush to pursue our narrow political agenda. It is especially important that we as members of Parliament take the lead in assisting our new nation to understand due process, to appreciate the value of proper investigation, and to come to an appreciation of the importance of reaching conclusions on the basis of facts and not on speculation, not on hatred of certain politicians or narrow pursuit of votes by any means necessary. All that we can see as the ANC is that the opposition is consumed by their hatred of President Zuma, and they're unable to objectively, rationally look at an issue if it involves an opportunity to throw stones at our president. It is tragic that members of Parliament who have the unique opportunity to build a new rules-based society generally fail to rise above their political interests and tend to be so ready to pronounce guilt that where it does not exist, they are actually heartily sore. And they just want this guilt due to their deep-seated desire to besmirch the reputation of the ANC and its leadership. There is no one in the ANC who has suggested that the landing of this commercial aircraft was correct. The Secretary General raised the alarm, the President raised concerns, the Alliance leadership raised concerns. The Executive ensured a senior level investigation.
Honourable members, order.
And kept the public informed. Speaker, I am absolutely not surprised.
What point are you raising on?
Is accountability.
Yes, I can hear you. What point are you raising on?
I want to check, Speaker.
There's no
What
room
point are you
for
rising on,
checking.
sir?
On a point of order, Speaker.
On a point of what?
What happened to the truthful Naledi Pandor?
Just take your seat, sir, please.
Speaker, the honourable member
continue.
did not refer to me in the way that he often insists other members should be referred to. And I would ask that Speaker ask him to do so.
Yes, sir.
What happened to the honourable, truthful Naledi Pandor?
The Honourable
That's
Truthful
not a point of
Naledi
anything.
Pandor stands
Speaker,
right here before
on a point
you,
of order.
and she causes you to stand on a point of order because in your entire physical makeup, you are unable to accept or see the truth.
An honourable member, you cannot insinuate that an honourable member is untruthful. It's not parliamentary. Honourable member Naledi, Minister Naledi, proceed.
Thank you, Speaker. As we say, sticks and stones. The opposition Speaker has claimed the report and the investigation, they call it a cover-up. This is their normal response to a truth they do not like. Their deep-seated disdain for the ANC means whether a report is accurate and complete with all the facts, if it does not implicate President Zuma and the majority party, they will not accept it. It is sad, Speaker, that the opposition is sullying the positive contribution of the public protector and other Chapter 9 institutions by attempting to make the public protector a detective inspector of the Democratic Alliance, rather than an institution promoting democracy. Whenever the Democratic Alliance does not like an issue, an outcome, even if it be true, they rush to the public protector. And all they are doing is harming the reputation of this vital and important democratic institution. They cannot claim in this House that there are constant approaches.
Honourable member, there is a point of order. What point are you raising on?
I submit, Speaker, that the Honourable Minister is maligning the office of the Public Protector. It's a Chapter 9 institution, and I ask that you ask her to withdraw her remarks.
I submit, Honourable Speaker, that the Honourable Member and her party are maligning the office of the Public Protector. And I ask her and her party to desist from today.
I will look at the Hansard and come back with the ruling on this matter.
That would be my submission, and Speaker, you will find I'm absolutely correct. It is sad, Honourable Speaker, that this party that was elected following our democracy, this party that claims it fought apartheid when it was formed after apartheid was gone, this party is unable to accept the truth. It is unable to accept that officials actually breached their authority and granted landing rights when they should not have done so. This party is unable to accept that no minister did anything wrong. They have failed to do so.
Honourable member,
Now,
please
the
behave yourself in the
debate
House.
is
Order,
on.
honourable members.
The debate, sadly, Honourable Speaker, is on the subject introduced by the Chief Whip of the majority party. The debate is not on me. You, Honourable Member, can certainly take a decision and you are free to resign, but you will never fool the South African public into believing that your interests are in the interests of our country or in the interest of a service-oriented public service. Your pure interest is to peddle your hatred for President Jacob Zuma, your hatred for the ANC. You will never succeed in convincing our people that you deserve to enjoy any position of leadership in our country. We have investigated the matter. There is a report. The report is now public. Those who wish to read it will read it. They will consider it, and they'll see that the Directors General task team did an excellent job and have reported, and that there are officials who went well beyond their authorized positions, who have embarrassed our country. But they'll also find that our president did nothing that could be considered wrong. And thus, they will be disappointed, honourable members. They will continue to believe the report is not true, because if the report does not find Zuma guilty, they are unable to accept it. That is the kind of opposition we have
Speaker.
in our parliament. Thank you.